Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. I know a man, he came from my hometown. He wore his passion for his woman like a thorny crown. He said, Dolores, I live in fear. My love for you is so overpowering, I'm afraid that I will disappear. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. And I know a woman became a wife. These are the very words she uses to describe her life. She said a good day ain't got no rain. She says a bad day's when I lie in bed and I think of things that might have been. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you'll slip sliding away. And I know a father who had a son. He longed to tell him all the reasons for the things he'd done. He came a long way just to explain. He kissed his boy as he lay sleeping, then he turned around and he headed home again. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. There's my tiny little solo. Last verse. And God only knows, and God makes his plan. The information's unavailable to the mortal man. We're working our jobs, collect our pay. Believe we're gliding down the highway when in fact we're slip sliding away. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. 1977, Paul Simon. What can I tell you? Isn't that from that album, Still Crazy After All These Years? I think so. Beautiful song. I always found that's like the saddest. That's a beautiful little, that's a little, that moment. And I know a father who had a son. He longed to tell him all the reasons for the things he'd done. He came a long way just to explain. He kissed his boy as he lay sleeping, then he turned around and he headed home again. That to me is a beautiful, beautiful, heartbreaking little stanza. I love that song. Hello, everybody. Good evening. I am Ethan. This is the No-Show. Yes, thank you, Mary. That Mary in Chicago. That photo. I just arrived. I drove this early morning from Massachusetts straight to Queens, New York, for a costume fitting. That was a fun costume fitting. My character is a little older than I am, so they were trying to find the right outfit that added a few years. So we'll see how it turns out. Ah, I missed that. A little good Brooklyn tap water, unfiltered, with some ice cubes. The ice cubes are also made out of unfiltered Brooklyn tap water. Mm. Up in Massachusetts, we have a well, and that water is fine. But this is the good stuff. This is the Dom P of water, or it's just P in the water. I don't know. Yeah, so that photo, Mary, that you see, the thumbnail tonight is just a shot. I took a walk down to the river at a few minutes before sunset. Interesting, although not a surprising thing. The sun sets about 15 minutes later here than at the end of Cape Cod. Now you'd think, am I mistaken? But you'd think it would set. Okay, yeah. So there's two reasons. It's a little north, but it's very far east. That's all I was trying to reason. I need a 3D. I'm not good at like spatial visualization, but I know that the sun sets in the west. So the end of Cape Cod is like a few hundred miles east of here. So the sun sets earlier. That's all I'm trying to say. I know a father who had a son. Yeah, it's a sun. It's a sunset. It's a sunset. Hello, everybody. Um, Good evening, Blue Lady. What a great. Okay, yes, we like that song. We're fans. Yeah, I don't think I could play Paul Simon in a biopic unless unless Garfunkel was played by a guy who was 7 feet tall. Oh, that would be a good song for whistling. You make a very good point. That would be a good whistle song. Maybe we should try that. Hey, Donald, what's up? What's happening in Sacramento? How are you? Richard says, shave the mustache. You look like Vladimir. Well, this is not my Vladimir. This is, well, my character is Irani. He's from Iran. Iran. Now, I still saved the flavor saver, which I don't think is Iranian, but I don't know. I'll show up with this and they can shave off whatever they want. Slip sliding away. Hello, mother. How you doing? I wanted to piggyback on the. Oh, hey, from Malibu. Oh my God, Ms. Snow from Malibu. Hello from the East Coast. How are things over there on the West Coast? I am honored and pleased that you've joined. This is the No-Show. The No-Show happens every night at 9 or 6 p.m. in Malibu. I'm honored to have you here. I was about to say I would like to piggyback on what David Feldman has been saying on his show lately. I have piggybacked, and now I'm going to encourage you to piggyback, and we can all piggyback and sign up to do some phone banking for John Tester. John Tester in Montana. I am scheduled for tomorrow afternoon, Thursday afternoon. You can go to johntester.com and you sign up to get a quick training, and then you go right into the phone banking. And it's a critical race for holding on to the Senate. So that's what we do. You're drinking Spindrift. Oh, I love that stuff. I had some of that. I had some of that in the car today, early morning. Don't forget, anybody on the chat, you can clip anything at any time during the stream. Don't forget anybody in the chat. Oh, I don't know what that is. Corinthian leather, finest Corinthian. Yeah, that was Ricardo Montalban. His famous ad for the Le Sabre. Was it the Buick Le Sabre? No, it was not. It was, I'm Ricardo Montalban, and I'm selling you a Buick. No, it was a Chrysler LeBaron. That's what it was. Chrysler LeBaron with the finest Corinthian leather. Oh, God bless Ricardo Montalban. I did something pretty wild. So I drove to New York for this costume fitting today for a shoot on Friday. And the shoot is for a show called The Better Sister. It's produced by Amazon Studios. Amazon, which is, I think, owned by Jeff Bezos or Bezos. And that's what I'm doing. And I'll let you know how it happes. You signed up for Tester also. Oh, here's the interesting thing. When I signed up for Tester, I was in touch 10 days ago with their campaign. I followed. The first time Feldman mentioned it, I thought I'm going to reach out to them. And I called, and the guy from their campaign named Oliver called me back. Nice guy. And he called me again today to remind me about tomorrow's event. And I said to him, hey, by the way, I got to you in part, I got to you because of encouragement from Feldman. Have you heard from other people? And he said, yeah, I've had at least 10 people tell me that they're calling and they've gotten involved because of Feldman. So that's just great. So kudos to Feldo. A kudo for Feldo. Am I playing The Better Sister? Hammerhead asks. The show is called The Better Sister. It's based on a novel. I am not playing The Better Sister. I don't think I'm playing either sister. It's one of those situations where I really just got my pages of the script. Smiles, everyone. Smiles. Smiles, everyone. Smiles. It's really funny, Richard, that you say Fantasy Island, because I had an audition yesterday. Actually, it was sort of like a callback, because I had the audition a few days ago. It was a voiceover audition for a movie trailer, just a single line. And I think I don't know what's going on, if it's a dubbing situation or what. They gave me no details, but the guy's Moroccan, the character, and he says one line, which includes, it's not like welcome. It's sort of like a welcome. Yeah, a welcome line. It's like a Fantasy Island line. But the specific note from the director in the audition was, we don't want it to sound like, don't make it like Fantasy Island. So it's more natural. It's not. You remember how Ricardo Montalban used to say, smiles, everyone, smiles, welcome. It was very like patrician. It was very, it was kind of formal. Oh, Hammerhead, yes. That was a very fun segment for the 3 years of the pandemic when we were doing our Thursday night segment on the Feldman Show. That was very fun with my father. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I listened to that this morning, the Contras. I like that refresher on the Iran-Contra affair or the Iran-Contra scandal because when it was happening, I was watching it. I was in a hotel room in Mexico City, suffering from gastric symptoms, watching Oliver North's testimony on CNN, which was a fledgling network at that time. So it was between bouts of gastric things and just lying in a hotel room watching Oliver North's testimony. But I understood it better after today's episode. Mary, that's funny. Mary says that she can never do accents. She always ends up sounding like Dracula. That's a great accent. Dracula is a great accent. My ancestors are from that area, from Transylvania-ish. So I have great affection for the Dracula accent. Yeah, Blue Lady. I didn't know a lot of that stuff either about the independent counsel and how he had a chance. He could have actually indicted George H.W. Bush, but then Bush pardoned all these other people who were under investigation, and so the Butch, was that his name, Butch something, the independent investigator, knew that he wouldn't have had anyone to testify since Bush had pardoned all of them. So, hey, Lavelle Coriander, thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I am Ethan. There's my name. This is the No Show. It happens every night at 9, and at 9 on the East Coast, 6 on the West Coast, 3 a.m. in Latvia, if you're in Latvia. Well, 3 a.m. in Oslo. I assume it's also 3 a.m. in Latvia. Yes, my great grandfather came from Romania. So, yeah, one of my great grandfathers. All right, there was a little bit of a whistling. Oh, you're in Washington State. Very nice. One of my good friends is from Spokane. He's always going home to visit in Spokane. Okay, I did something I haven't done, which is I did this trip. I'm going to be here in New York for 3 or 4 days, and I did not bring my book of ukulele songs, the amazing book, 365 ukulele songs. So it's just me and my MacBook Pro, and any big ideas we can come up with, and of course all of my sheet music I have here at home. Oh yeah, that Comey thing is just too depressing. It's really depressing to think about. One thing that I do fast forward, just very rarely I fast forward on David's show. It's when he does his occasional spiel about what the court would have looked like had Hillary won, which is true, and I agree with it, but I just find it too depressing. It's just too sad and too horrifying. So I click ahead 10 seconds when I hear that little discussion. The UK Ukulele Orchestra, I haven't heard it. Oh, Mom, thank you very much. You have that book. Thank you. Maybe I'll take you up on that. But I think I'm just gonna wing it. That was my idea. It was a conscious decision to change things up a little bit. The apartment was very hot. Let me talk a little bit about a walk-up apartment. Walk-up apartment, 4th floor, 100-year-old building. The hallway, the temperature in the hallway from the ground floor to the 4th floor where I am, the temperature in the hallway has a gradient of about 25 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cool and pleasant when you step in, and then by the time you get up to my door, it's like 90 something degrees. Inside my apartment, it was okay. I had a couple of cracked windows, but it did get me thinking for the very first time of maybe getting some sort of. I do have a window now in the hallway, but it's downstairs. But getting some sort of airflow in the hallway, because wow, whew. The other nice thing about a 4th floor walk up is it's 52 stairs, one stair for each week of the year, and it's an actual workout just to walk upstairs, to walk up 52 stairs. So if you do it a dozen times in a day, or 6 times or 8 times, that ain't nothing. The UK Ukulele Orchestra. You know, that ukulele book, it's crazy because I've been playing from that every day for a year almost. No, 9 months. And I can't remember. It has a pun. The title is a pun. It's like it's not called Song a Day. Ukulele, a ukaday, ukulele, ikulele, weekulele. What the hell is the book called? And what's the it's just crazy to play that the daily. I just looked it up. It's called the daily ukulele. That's not a pun. It's just a rhyme. Um, Jill, thank you. Those are some other 70s songs. Midnight at the Oasis, Seasons in the Sun, Delta Dawn. Those sound good. Um, I say Lee, you say Lee. Midnight at the Oasis rings a bell. I don't know. All right, here we go. Let's find something else that I want to say. If I could put time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes, and then just to spend it with you. That's a Who is that? Croce? I don't know. It's a bit of a cheesy song. That's a nice song, which I've done a few times. It is Jim Croce. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Lavelle. Thanks, y'all, confirming that was Croce. I want to do this because a horse with no brain. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name, a horse with no brain, a horse with no mane. I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night, alive as you and me. Says I, but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, said he. I never died, said he. Oh, I don't have my low C tonight, so we have to. I don't know. I was just thinking the Union song in honor of Walls. Walls had a nice address to the Firemen's Union. I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night, alive as you and me. Nah, I'm not in the mood for that one. The Daily Ukulele. Oh, this is the other thing that is worth noting. I don't have a dog with me. Last time I came to New York, I had Fafi with me. This is the first time in months and months that I've been without a dog or all of the dogs. It's kind of like missing a limb or missing. Oh, that's a nice song. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. No, it's too cheesy. I can't do it. It's it's maudlin. That leaving on a jet plane. I find it a little bit maudlin. Is that the right word? It's a little too sad. Boy, I'm stumped. There's a crazy lightning storm happening out here. I don't think it's raining. I don't hear any thunder, but there's these big, exciting flashes of lightning. Oh, there's the thunder. So what happened today when I drove all the way 6 hours, I got to the studio where they're shooting this TV series in Queens, and I parked. And first of all, I noticed that it was the identical location where we shot this show, For Life. For Life was a network show. It's about a guy who is in prison, and while he's there, he teaches himself, becomes a lawyer, passes the bar. It was pretty good show. It lasted 2 seasons. I had a part in 2 episodes as a prison doctor. And it's a converted small, looks like early 20th century factory building that's been turned into a TV studio or movie studio. Pretty cool, in what's called Glendale, New York, which is Queens. But when I parked and I got there early and I took a walk to a nearby, there's a mall, there's a cemetery, a big cemetery, St. John's Cemetery across the way, which I think may be the cemetery where we shot the cemetery scene in The Plot Against America, also in 2019. But when I walked to this mall, I then realized this is the Atlas Mall. It's a sort of outdoor mall. It's exactly where I was 4 weeks ago to the day for that NYC Festival of Cinema. The very first networking event was at a restaurant at this place. I had never seen this mall in my life. Ended up at the exact same spot. Queens is an enormous, mysterious borough. If you're not from Queens, could it be the most mysterious of all boroughs? I feel like it is, because it's vast and it connects to Long Island. I mean, Brooklyn also connects to Long Island, but Brooklyn seems a little more, I don't know, maybe just because I'm from here. It makes a little more sense. Anyway, so I ended up at that exact same mall, in the same store where I got Fafi her taco, that nice little portable bed, that cute little doggy bed with handles that was so vital during her weeks of recovery. Yes, I've become a mall rat. And we were looking for a giant cage because we need a giant doggy crate for when we're back here with Hildy, because now she's gotten even bigger. I think she's outgrown even this thing. I'll show you what we had. It was this thing, which is cool. It's kind of soft and it's got different flaps that open, but she's sort of outgrown it now. So we got to get a bigger crate. And I had this idea. I was going to build one. I was going to get someone to help me design and build it. Didn't get to that yet. I guess I have a few weeks. I could still do that. I'm going to resurrect. If anyone has any ideas for a nice, simple design for a big dog crate, an XL dog crate, let me know. I'm not opposed to using some power tools. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. I'm singing in the rain, just sing. That was not the right key. Singing in the rain. What a good. What is this? What's going on there? Sing. That didn't work at all. I'm gonna impugn whoever wrote out those chords, and I'm not going to take credit. I'm not going to take the blame for how screwy that came out. I don't know what to do with that. It's not working for me. Okay, that's not going to be our outro. I'm looking for an outro song tonight. If anyone is tuning in for the first time to this show, what can I tell you? I'm Ethan. This is the No Show. It began on July 14th, a year and a month and a half ago, and it's just continued. It's a nightly thing. Maybe I'll just go without the ukulele. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. All right, that's not going to happen. All right, I'm just going to look up one little fact. Oh, by the way, the show lasts a half hour. Right now we're into a little bit of overtime. How many nights since 7/14/23? 411. All right. Oh, 411. Tonight is show number 411. You can sleep in that and give her your room. That's funny, Mary. So we can sleep in that box. And she can, yeah. I like it. All right, you know what? I'm just going to say goodnight. There's no outro tonight. Usually there's an outro. I got a plan since I don't have my little book with me. I'm going to plan it a little better for tomorrow night. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for your ears and your eyes and your fingertips sending comments. And if you want to send me a direct message, you can always find me through my website, ethanherschenfeld.com, or ehbass@gmail.com. ehbass@gmail.com. If you want to send me a message, any suggestions, corrections. And meanwhile, I'll see you again tomorrow night. I'm here every night. Thank you. Thank you, Malibu. Thank you, Sacramento. Thank you, Chicago. And thank you, thanks all y'all. Good night.